So this is an adult bedtime story. If you're interested in being kept informed about future adult bedtime stories, just subscribe below, and if you enjoy this bedtime story, find it helpful, please leave a comment and give it a thumbs up as well. So I hope you enjoy this story. This is a story about the helpful elf. So to listen to this, make sure that you won't be disturbed and that you can relax and begin to fall asleep. And I don't know whether you'll relax and begin to fall asleep to the sound of my voice, to the way that I use my voice, to the words that I use, or the spaces between my words, or whether you'll just drift comfortably asleep to the story. And so, with your eyes closed, you can listen to me. And as you listen to me and begin to fall asleep, I'll tell you the story about the helpful elf. And one Christmas, Santa was working hard, as he had been all year round, making the toys for the children. And toys have become more complex nowadays. Just 150 years ago or so, all the toys that the elves and that Santa had to make were made of wood and were simple toys. Now the toys are made of metals and other compounds, and they're complicated toys. And there's also more people. So Santa's workload has significantly increased, and he struggles to get all the work done in time. Not only does he have to get all this extra work done in time, but overnight on Christmas, he has to deliver billions more presents than he ever used to have to deliver. And he can only go so fast. And he has to find new ways into houses, because many of the houses no longer have chimneys. So he can no longer just land on a roof, pop down the chimney, leave a few presents, eat a mince pie, drink a bit of milk and pop back up the chimney again. Now he has to find creative ways in, to houses and to flats. And luckily for Santa, he has a helpful elf. An elf who's intelligent, who finds shortcuts, who finds ways of doing things that others don't think of. This elf seems to be able to think outside of the box, seems to be able to find ways of solving problems that others just don't think of. And Santa has a problem with trying to fit everything on his sleigh. His sleigh starts off very packed as he starts his journey. And then as he travels around the world, dropping off presents, his sleigh becomes emptier and emptier. But it's very difficult to do the beginning of the journey when the sleigh is so full. And so Santa turns to the helpful elf to try to find a solution. And the helpful elf has been working on a solution for the whole year, while all the other elves have been working on the presents that Santa is going to have to deliver. The helpful elf has been working on something else. And now, on Christmas Eve, the helpful elf reveals what he's been working on. The helpful elf has made millions of drones. And each drone can carry a small bundle of presents. And so each drone gets loaded up with a bundle of presents, while Santa's sleigh gets loaded up with the majority of the presents. But the presents that each drone is loaded up with is just enough to mean that Santa can deliver everything on time. And this invention that the elf has designed has the drone able to arrive at houses, navigate its way in, drop off the presents by the tree, and navigate its way out again. It's totally automated. And so requires no additional attention. And yet it allows Santa to make all the other deliveries on time. Yes. And the helpful elf has had to program in each and every address for each and every drone. And when it's about to be midnight in the first location in the world, Santa takes off in his sleigh, and all the drones lift up and take off. Santa's so quick he vanishes in almost in an instant as he starts delivering to the first addresses. And the nearby addresses, the first drones shoot off and start making their deliveries. And the other drones start their journey, so that as midnight approaches around the world, the drones arrive and start delivering their presents. And at the end of the Christmas night, when all the presents are delivered, Santa and the drones end up back at the North Pole. And Santa thanks the helpful elf for his work, for his ingenuity, for his invention, which saves Christmas. And Santa wonders what people are missing as they grow up and start to forget about the wonder of Christmas, as they grow up and stop believing, because he doesn't deliver to non-believers, only to those that believe. And although he tries to deliver to those that believe while they're asleep, sometimes one or two of the people will be awake and will try to catch Santa out and try to see Santa. And he wonders what it must be like for those who try to catch him out if a drone arrives instead of Santa. Whether they'll judge him as perhaps not caring as much as he used to, because he wasn't the one delivering their presents. That's it. And then as Christmas comes to an end, the helpful elf and all the other elves go back to their beds to settle down for a long sleep. And Santa, now exhausted, goes back to Mrs. Claus, where they too settle down for a long sleep, as you too can settle down for a long and comfortable sleep.